What's up, guys? It's Mike Lewis, going to be casting a best of 2 series from, as you can see, Dota Item Join Dota League Season 3, because apparently something's going wrong with Valve or something. I'm not really sure what's happening. But we have on the Radiant Kompas Gaming versus Eu4ia on the Radiant and Dire respectively. Best of 2. Not best of 2, that doesn't actually mean anything. 2 games are going to be played, and excuse me. And yeah, so it'll just be 2 games. Haven't casted a game in quite a while, not since before TI4 at the very least. And well, I mean, TI4 is definitely going to help dictate some of the powerful heroes. There hasn't been a patch out since TI4 has been played, so you know, all the big heroes that you have seen, you're probably going to be seeing for the next couple weeks, couple months, until IceFrog and Valve release something different that says, hey, Doom is not supposed to be first picked anymore, or Tide is a little bit too strong. And then maybe we will see some different faces, but until then, the same faces all day long. And Eu4ia going to snap up that Doom Master, instantly responded to by Kompas Gaming in the Brewmaster pickup. That wasn't instant at all, that was actually pretty slow. But Doom, as an opener, is pretty much as strong of a lineup as you could hope for. Some teams choose to prioritize their supports first over the Dooms and the Brewmasters of the world. But regardless of which route you do choose to pursue, if you do end up picking a Doom, then hell, it's a great hero versus the Brewmaster, who's very reliant on his split. Being able to blink into a Brewmaster and then Doom him is obviously a lot more ideal than having Brewmaster initiate on you, no matter what. But shutting down that hero is generally a kill, because Brewmaster, if he doesn't have a split, is going to be fragile. And Doom, even if he doesn't go for a damage roll, which they rarely do, he'll be able to put out some decent damage, kill off that Brewmaster quickly enough so that he's not a threat in the fight. Brewmaster, though, a strong hero in his own regard. And he's pretty much going to have mid lane on lockdown, with Razor banned out by Eu4ia. I bet they wish they didn't ban him out right now, but Brewmaster, generally a hero that does well in lane. There aren't many instant lose matchups for the Brewmaster. And then Nature's Prophet as well to complement that. So Kompas Gaming, not really going any specific route just yet with their 2 pickups. In the mix of team fight, a little bit of split push, and Eu4ia instantly going to snap up that Shadow Shaman. So what TI4 game did this look like? Answer: all of them. Right? I mean, you got the 4 heroes that you pick first. Razor being mixed in a little bit. Nothing too surprising here from either side, really. Shadow Shaman going to give Eu4ia a little bit of a build around, seeing as though they picked it up really early. They could really go deep into the Shadow Shaman pushing plan if they decide to do so. I mean, obviously they would like a Nature's Prophet if that were to be the case. But they could also go for, a pushing route in a different sense of the word. Obviously, the really deep pushing, as in Death Prophet, Pugna, is available really for both ends, a little bit less for Kompas. But I think going for a DK probably will be what is something that Eu4ia are going to want to do. Not only does he synergize really well with the Shadow Shaman, but they know most likely that Brewmaster is going to be in the mid lane. And Brewmaster, although he's a strong laner, he's not the type of hero who could absolutely crush the enemy without getting substantial amounts of support. I mean, so far that support is obviously not picked up yet. So I think Eu4ia would be willing to put a DK in that lane and get that level 6 push train going. Every single time Serpent Wards are up like clockwork, take down towers, or at least force team fights. Of course, it is a little bit early to really flesh out a plan that far, but we'll see. It is on the table for Eu4ia. And Kompas Gaming, they could go really, I think they are going to go deeper into the kind of lane control team fight aspect. Eu4ia going to take the initiative and ban out the Disruptor, so try to eliminate some of the power from just a devastating, crushing team fight from Kompas Gaming. And Kompas really helping out a little bit in their own regard. I mean, they themselves banning out the Enigma and getting rid of the Faceless Void. Tidehunter already out of the pool. The pool of big AoE ultimates that kill everything is getting steadily smaller. They could go for a Sand King or something like that, and it's good to have that stun. or they could just go for powerful lanes. You can see Compass a little bit scared of the fact that Eu4ia do have access to that large amount of pushing power with the Shadow Shaman. I mean, regardless of whether or not they pick up more heroes Eu4ia, there is going to be pushing happening with that Shadow Shaman. It's just a matter of how much Eu4ia want to go into that strategy, or if they're fine with just sitting on the Shadow Shaman and then, you know, picking up a couple more late game heroes. With the Death Prophet banned out, Skywrath Mage also being banned out from Eu4ia. Combos Gaming are going to have some pretty good split push, even better now with the Invoker. Being able to summon up those Forge Spirits along with the Nature's Prophet, sending out his Treants. Send those down the lane, Eu4ia. Well, they're more of, so far, not as much split push, more direct pushing, direct fighting. Combos Gaming. With that Invoker pickup as well, gonna add a little bit of variability to their mid lane in that Invoker could go there or Brewmaster could go there. And those two do lane very differently. Invoker not the strongest laner in the world, but still, he's ranged, he has a lot of damage once he gets his exhort points up. So if you are going to be planning on laning a pseudo-weak laner, then you gotta watch out for the Invoker possibility of being there. I would say that there is a larger chance, however, that Invoker is going to go towards the side lane. With exhort on that Invoker and with minimal assistance from his supports, he'll be able to both hold down the lane and contribute to other lanes with Sunstrike. I mean, Compass don't really have anything great to lock down anyone just yet. In fact, they have no stuns at all. Cold Snap, Deafening Blast notwithstanding. But, you know, they picked up their 3 cores, so Invoker, Brewmaster, Nature's Prophet. It's going to be a pretty early mid-game focused lineup for Compass Gaming. And they do need their 2 support heroes, and I don't think that they're going to be picking up any supports that are going to be super scaling into the late game. Sorry guys, the coughing, it's not ideal, I know. I know, it's terrible. But Earthshaker is getting picked up from Eu4ia, who are now sealed up their supports. Shadow Shaman as well as Earthshaker. A good amount of defense, the opportunity for offense, but most importantly, just having a lot of stuns. Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman, 2 of the heroes that are loaded up with some of the most disables in the game. And, well, when you're dealing with Brewmasters, when you're dealing with Nature's Prophets who are going to be trying to teleport away, Eu4ia will have this game on lockdown as far as the stun department is concerned. Combos Gaming, I do still like the Sand King pickup from them. Having that Burrow Strike, or having that pseudo jungle with a guaranteed stun is going to be very useful for them, but instead they're going to go for a Viper. Okay. The greed is there, guys. I mean, look at their lineup. I wouldn't call any one of their heroes a quote-unquote support hero. So they're going to need a hard support for their last pickup, or else they're just going to be brick-walled by their mid-game of Eu4ia. Nature's Prophet, I guess, could go into the jungle. I have seen a team, I don't remember what team it was, run a support Invoker. And before you say, wow, that's awesome, I'm going to run that in my pub games, it was not spectacular at all. It worked because they won the lane almost 2v3, because Bristleback just had a field day. But Cold Snap, although it is really good, it's not as good as it once was, so I would not recommend doing it. And Gyrocopter being the pickup from Eu4ia, they're going to seal up the late game, but also have a little bit of that early mid-game insurance. Gyrocopter, along with Luna, having some of the most potent early stage, early game as far as carries are concerned. I mean, Rocket Barrage and Call Down, you do not want to underestimate those skills, because if you do, you'll start dying, and it would be very painful.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Puck being banned out now for Compass. Eu4ia do still need their mid lane hero. And now with even more variability to think of. Viper, Invoker, Brewmaster. Who's going to be the mid lane for Compass Gaming? Hell, who's going to be supporting? I guess you could put Invoker, Viper, Brewmaster all in the separate lanes and have Nature's Prophet jungle. That's awfully greedy. Eu4ia with the Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman can certainly punish that. They pick up an off laner that's a little bit aggressive. Or at all aggressive, really. They could really make something happen. I mean, a mid lane hero, not an off lane hero. And Rubik's going to be the hard carry. Hard support. Not at all the hard carry for Compass Gaming. And Eu4ia do still need their mid lane hero. Viper, Invoker, Brewmaster, not the best of matchups in the pool available to them. I mean, yeah, the heroes that you want to lane versus Brewmaster are definitely not the heroes that you want to lane versus the Viper. So Eu4ia, what is it going to be? There aren't many great pickups, with the puck being banned out as well. I mean, they could go for something old school like the Queen of Pain or something like that. The DK doesn't get really good with the Viper in the pool, and it's going to be a Tinker. So Tinker should be able to lock down this lane, at least as good of a lockdown as you could possibly ask. Viper, I think Brewmaster now wants to be in that mid lane, more so than the Viper and Invoker. I mean, Viper versus Tinker, Invoker versus Tinker, those are all decent lanes, but Brewmaster is the one who will be able to survive the easiest. You know, we will have to worry about Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman, but whoever has to go into that mid lane is going to be having to deal with that anyway. So there's no real good opportunity for Kompas to say, okay, this lane is going to go mid against the Tinker, and we're going to win. So Kompas Gaming, with their very greedy lineup, we'll see if Eu4ia can punish it. I mean, if Sela gets on the Tinker a really quick set of travels, then Kompas Gaming are just going to crumble under the pressure. Their split push is still pretty good with the Invoker and Nature's Prophet, but at a certain point, your split push can only work so well versus the Tinker. March of the Machines is it's brutal when you're Nature's Prophet or Invoker. Things get really upsetting really quickly when that is the case. Thank you, Bastion Announcer, and everyone is now in the game, so let's go over who is going to be playing what. For the Kompas side, we have playing the Nature's Prophet. Don't really know where he's going to go. I'm assuming he's going to be just straight up jungling. He could be easily punished. It's going to be Gorak on the Nature's Prophet. Brewmaster going to be played by goddamn that Brewmaster. Rubik is going to be handled by the player Fee Solo Meko. Arteez is going to be on the Viper, and last but not least, we have Jet going to be playing that Invoker, who, by the way, has 38 base damage. So, I mean, the life of Invoker is tough. Like, you have all the power of the cosmos, but you hit like a wet noodle. It sucks. It really does. On the Eu4ia side, Tinker is going to be handled by Sela. I think that's Sela. I don't know what that accent mark means, but I'm just going to assume it is an S sound. It might not be. Real Toxie is going to be on the Earthshaker. Gyrocopter is going to be played by Misko. KOTD is going to be on the Doom with a very kick-ass hat. Wow. That's some hat right there. And then Villic is going to be on the Shadow Shaman, which, by the way, has this helm. I always think it's a helm that's like an Elder Titan helm. I don't know why. It looks like Shadow Shaman has the face of Elder Titan now. But regardless, we're going to most importantly see where these lanes are going to be going. Brewmaster with boots and a smoke. He did purchase that smoke, so is this possibly going to be a roaming Brewmaster? I mean, there are double boots already for the KPG side. And there are 3 of them, well, all of them are now heading down to the bot lane. Viper is most certainly not going to be supporting. Invoker not going to be supporting either due to their loadout. I mean, Rubik is most likely going to be supporting, but yeah, Brewmaster with boots early on. The slow from Thunderclap is pretty potent. I mean, 25% for a couple seconds is, I mean, 4.25. That's not something to laugh at. And the Rubik will help him position, but we are seeing a 5-man smoke now from 4-man smoke from Eu4ia, leaving the Doom out of it. Doom is pretty useless in these level 1 engagements, but I think they would like to have the meat. But they're going to run into Gorak. Is there going to be a Hex? There's the Fissure. There's the Shackle from long range. Soko going to unload with those rockets. Laser to almost secure the kill. It was close, but Misko is going to draw the first blood as the Gyrocopter. One of the few times that you actually see a smoke into the enemy jungle actually working out. Usually they just bounce off each other and nothing happens, but that is something that the Earthshaker does give you. The longest level 1 initiation that you could possibly ask for. I believe in the game. I can't think of anything else that would help you get in closer. No other heroes, really. Gyrocopter, with that money, is going to pick up a Ring of Basilius, and Gyrocopter, not really ideal for Eu4ia. I mean, I think they are okay with having the Gyrocopter have that. Obviously, the Tinker was holding his laser to the bitter end. He wanted that last hit. Would have given him his bottle straight up, which is, you know, pretty lane winning if you're a Tinker. But, you know, Misko having a Ring of Basilius, having a little bit of extra damage, and when you're running Try-V-Try, well, it's definitely going to help you in the long run. Taking a look at the top lane, KOTD is going to be going toe-to-toe with Gorak as the Nature's Prophet. Doombringer shouldn't have too much of a troubling time with this. He's going to pick up a troll right off the bat. He'll receive lots of harassment from those Treants, but really there's no way to avoid that. Sela might be in a little bit of trouble as Goddamn, as well as Solomiko, already looking to wrap around, most likely going to follow this pattern right into the Tinker. And Sela, if he gets lifted up into the slam, it might just be a kill, though Invoker with Extort level 1 will mean that he only has a Sunstrike once he hits that level 2 mark. So they're definitely waiting for it. No, they're not waiting for it at all. Sela going to get slowed down, but still not too much damage. March of Machines does get popped. Villic going to teleport right in. March of Machines wrecking Solomiko. He might actually die to the March. No, 19 HP. He survives. Goddamn retreats as well. Jet getting roughed up real badly, but Sela, now with his bottle being delivered, going to juice himself right back up to full HP, and no one is going to die on that lane. Very, very fast reaction time from the Eu4ia's Shadow Shaman, coming in there instantly with the Shackle. Unfortunately, it was on the wrong target, but there was no way he could have known that right off the bat. And going for the Rubik would have resulted in a kill, but, you know, hindsight. It's 2020, all that jazz. Most interesting lane, probably going to be the bottom lane, where Goddamn has returned, but still a support Brewmaster, not exactly ideal, doesn't have anything that's really supporty, I would say. I mean, if he does go for Drunken Haze, that won't be too terrible. But Eu4ia in the early stage, they aren't going to be looking to actually right-click to kill things. The early mid-game, it's all going to be the Rocket Barrage. It's going to be the spells from the Shadow Shaman for the Earthshaker from the Tinker. When Tinker is trying to right-click people to kill them, then you know that your game has gone somewhere where you haven't planned. And the ward coverage from Eu4ia, locking down the pull camp, which, if for a support Brewmaster, you really do need. You have to get rid of this ward and start pulling, or else you're just going to fall further and further behind. I mean, he could just sit back and leech experience, but that's experience that a Viper really, really needs. Observe ward from the KPG side. And they're going to keep their bottom lane safe to some extent. But at any moment, Earthshaker and Villic could just decide that, screw it, we're just going to go. And then Rocket Barrage is going to make life a little bit difficult for Artez, who hasn't seen this coming, actually. Villic coming around from the side. Going to get the Shackle off. Misko has a lot of creeps to worry about, but no, the Rocket Barrage plus the Fissure. Going to clear off everything. Artez needs one more hit, but the damage just isn't there. Corrosive Skin, level 2 now. Blocking a lot of those rockets, and Gyrocopter only level 2 on his own. And if he had level 2 Rocket Barrage, I believe that probably would have given him a kill. But level disadvantages and the correct defensive build from Artez going to let him walk out of that aggression. I mean, that probably shouldn't have happened anyway, since the Observer Ward was there. They should have seen Villic go around. And if they didn't, that just means they weren't paying attention. So they should probably pay attention in lane. That would definitely help. Taking a look at the top lane, KOTD 10 for over 16 for 9 on Gorek. Nature's Prophet having the time of his life now with phase boots. KOTD is going to struggle to get in close. He's not going to have so much farm denied to him, but he's not having the best lane in the world. He really has no opportunities to actually kill Gorek unless he finds himself with Doom and then suddenly phase boots, but he already has gone for Tranquil Boots trying to sustain himself in this lane. So kills for that lane for Eu4ia at any rate, they're not going to happen anytime soon. Now Goddamn might be in a little bit of trouble. No, Brewmaster with boots, and he actually did take level 2 Drunken Brawler. Not really too sure what the plan is for Goddamn, but wow, Solomiko has been doing some cute pulling of his own. I believe the play is pull one of these guys up to the high ground, then they run down here into the tower where they aggro the creeps, and then they loop all the way around back to this camp. It's not the best way to pull because it's slow and it's risky, like you might just completely miss it. But hey, when your pull camp is blocked, you make do with what you got. It's either pull the hard camp down here, or spend 200 gold on a sentry. And sentrying this camp is not an easy task. I mean, the ward could be all the way from over here to over here, and that's something that usually requires either luck or a full set of sentries to get rid of. Sela might be in a little bit of trouble as Rubik does wrap around one more time. Tinker does have a double damage rune in bottle, so we could actually turn this one around, though he doesn't have that much mana, so probably not going to happen. Sorry guys, that was my Skype, not yours. I can't actually turn off notifications because messaging isn't available in that channel, so that was me, sorry. I'm just going to log out, I guess. There we go, we're out. No more Skype noises. Well, there's that Skype noise. Tinker with double damage rune wants blood on this top side. Is there a Doom? And yes, there is. Gorek is now in a world of trouble. They could just right-click him down. Yeah, laser to finish off. Boom. From long range, Tinker with the double damage, getting a very, very kill, and really helping KOTD out in lane in a big way. And there is no real retaliation from this except for possibly if he picks up the Tinker, but a little bit too far away. Now Fade Bolt already used. They don't even have enough damage to kill off the Tinker, even if they did manage to lock him down. Here comes Villic from the side with the Shackle and the March of the Machines. Double damage still active on the Tinker. Gonna get an easy kill on Rubik, who really overstayed his welcome, dove a little bit too deep in order to try to get that kill where the rest of his allies were like, screw that. We are not gonna have any part of that. Maybe a Cold Snap with a Sunstrike would have done it, but Tinker has a good amount of HP, so I don't think there was any way that could have gone well. Oh, that could be a problem, though. That would explain a lot. Like, you probably need to see March of the Machines, otherwise you might just end up dying. But either way, RT's getting a pretty good bottom lane, all things considered. I mean, it was a 3v3 lane for a little bit. Misko with the advantage for a little while. But Gyrocopter versus Viper, not really a lane that Gyrocopter wants to be in ever. Doesn't really have a lot of attack range. Viper definitely has the edge there. 575 versus the 365 of the Gyrocopter. So RT's going to just lay into him with poison attacks. You know, just standard Viper stuff. Misko can't really do anything about that until he gets some support. But even then, Corrosive Skin level 2. Going all in on Viper with Rocket Barrage could end up biting him in the ass, especially now with Viper Strike up on RT's. And RT's wants this kill, holy crap. Calm down, Viper. Calm down, you have all day. You're fine. Fee Solo Meko now in this lane with a Viper Strike available. They're looking for blood on Misko ideally. They know that Villic's in the area. They don't know that the Earthshaker's right behind them does have a Fissure armed and ready. So any aggression from the KPG side is going to be stymied pretty damn quickly. In the meantime, Sela has not rushed up his Boots of Travels instantly. And RT is going to land the Viper Strike onto Misko. Here comes Goddamn looking for a slam, but the Fissure going to cancel all that. No, it's not going to cancel all that because Nature's Prophet with the Wrath of Nature up from top lane. Going to contribute enough to get that kill for himself. For himself, yes. And secure the kill on the Gyrocopter. Did buy out almost all of his gold before he died. And now he's going to go towards the top lane. I suppose they're going to look towards Gorak one more time, or at least going to tap out KOTD. Misko with 2 points in that Rocket Barrage, plus 2 points in the Flat Cannon. He can clear out the Treants fairly quickly. He doesn't have the most damage in the world, but he will be able to do it eventually, like in 1 or 2 levels. And pressure Gorak a little bit more than Gorak was being pressured. Big neutral stack now being cleared by Sela. I think this might give him enough for his Boots of Travel if he does manage to clear everything out in this run. Otherwise, he might just die because he's stood a little bit too close. But yeah, Boots of Travel's going to be on the way for this Tinker. 8 minutes, not a terrible timing by any means. Getting some big stacks up. And yeah, he's just going to walk back to the base. Play it safe. He'll get gold on the way there. So Boots of Travels will be up on the Tinker. March of the Machines active. And now Eu4ia can start to make things happen around the map. Their Shadow Shaman, unfortunately, is only level 3. And with the Viper in on the other end, Shadow Shaman's going to have to play his distances really far apart. He gets tagged with 1 poison attack. He could just end up dying. And RT's going to land the Viper Strike. Killick instantly going to teleport out of there. So this kill's not going to happen. But Shadow Shaman burning 135 gold simply to stay alive. Not really what you want to do. Doom with the Haste Rune going to bust the smoke up on top side where KPG, goddamn, as well as Fee, going to where they were smoked up trying to kill off the Gyrocopter. Not going to happen now. And well, Tinker packing the Boots of Travels, I think getting any aggression onto Misko is going to be a little bit difficult. There's the Sprout to open things up, but the rest of the supports are really far back. I don't really know what the plan was there. Here comes Doom once again, looking for that Doom onto the Nature's Prophet. Misko a little bit too far away with the Rocket Barrage, but the missiles from Tinker are going to come in. There's the March of the Machines. Sunstrike going to completely whiff on everything. KOTD still diving. He really wants this kill on Nature's Prophet. Doom, in the meantime, does pick off the Rubik with that Searing Earth and the laser from Doom. No, it's actually the Scorched Earth again, taking a secondary kill for KOTD. He's got to run through the tower, though. There is a creep wave. Time to go. Time to go, KOTD. Okay, no, you need another creep wave. This guy is going to be in an awkward position. Run! Oh, it's Cold Snap. He's not going to get out of this. I don't think he's going to get out of this. He might get out of this. Oh, 1 more right click is all it needs, and he stopped moving for whatever reason. Here comes Villic plus Sela once again. Laser, right click, going to kill off Jet. Villic now going to dive deep for goddamn. He has a Hex, and he will not get it off. He should have been spamming that, but now RT is going to come in with the poison axe. Is now going to have his Viper Strike up. Villic is going to be sprouted in, lifted up in the Sprout. There is no way this guy's going to get out of there alive. And KPG take a decent trade, all things considered. They lose their Invoker. They lose their Rubik, they lose their Nature's Prophet, but come back and crack back for pretty hard, so Toxie also wasn't there at all. Earthshaker going to find his level 6 while that fight is happening up on top lane. Tinker really making his presence known early on. Level 2 Laser doing just enough damage to get himself, or his team rather. A couple kills. Level 4 Missile also. Tinker level 11. So this Tinker's going to be a pretty devastating force moving forward. KPG though, they have the Nature's Prophet, who's they're pretty good counters to each other, and real Toxie. Oh, Brewmaster only level 4. With pointed stats after Drunken Brawler. Could look for a slam on this guy, and with Rubik coming in, that might be what they're going to do. Invis Rune's still about half duration. And Viper coming in, so yeah, real Toxie going to get out, Viper's going to come in, and now it looks like they want to make a push happen. Shadow Shaman's still not at that level 6 mark, so really this tower, it's pretty healthy, so killing this tower is going to take a very long time. Might not even be worth it for them to kill it off, since it'll just take so long. They will have the Tinker to clear off the creep wave and everything like that, but I think they're just mostly trying to bait out the Nature's Prophet to come in. He has a Hand of Midas though. I think he's just going to bail. Yeah, he's going to go to the bottom lane, trying to make a trade happen. Instantly the Tinker is there though. Level 4 March Machines, and with no blink initiation at all. Walking into this March, walking into this missile spam is going to be pretty difficult. The creep wave is going to dry up real quick, and Sela has really no pressure on him whatsoever. They're going to bring down this tower regardless. The mech now being completed by the Viper. Yes, by the Viper. It's going to mean that there's a 1-for-1 tower trade. I think will benefit KPG a little bit. I mean, they have the Nature's Prophet, so split pushing secondary towers is a little bit easier than the grouping up and pushing that Eu4ia are going to have to do if they do want to do that at all. Tinker should be able to hold any future pushes, but all alone, little bit too much for him to handle, especially with only level 1 rearm. Could have gotten lots more March Machines if that was level 3, or level 2, I guess, since he's level 11. Well, hey, if it was level 3, he would have gotten a lot more marches off too. That's 1 tower for 1 tower. Surprisingly, that was the first tower picked up by KPG. I mean, when you have a Viper with 3 points and another Toxin with the mech up as well, you should be able to clear off waves really quickly. Invoker has the Forged Spirits available to him as well. Not the best pushing, but it just adds more bodies to the front lines. Sometimes that's all you really need. He now going to continue to block off these Ancients, though he was completely spotted by the Eu4ia side. Ancient's really key for Eu4ia, and that Gyrocopter and Tinker both benefit so much for it. And Scylla's going to continue doing Tinker things. It's going to make things a little bit awkward for the Gyrocopter. He's going to have a little bit less farming space on the map. Going to go for a rush to BKB, it looks like. So Eu4ia not going to go for any sort of late game plan. Whereas KPG do have a Hand of Midas. Well, I guess it's matched by the Doom. So 1 Hand of Midas apiece. 1 Hand of Midas apiece on each side. Tinker just getting as much farm as he could possibly want in the game. Not any stacks in the jungle, however. So there's 1, I guess. That's like half a stack and 1 mud golem. Someone got lazy trying to stack that or something. I don't know. Shadow Shaman just now hitting level 6. This is when Eu4ia's lineup can start taking towers. Especially when that tower is sitting at below half HP. That could really help. But with no creep wave, I don't know. These wards are going to drop pretty quick. Misco is here to provide a little bit of extra damage. Ring of Basilius is on, but Miko from the side stole Flat Cannon. Probably the worst skill he could steal. The wards are going to drop the tower below deny range. And, well, yeah, KPG will be fools to not take advantage of that. They're going to deny that. Eu4ia, a little bit overzealous in dropping down those Serpent wards. Usually do want to drop them behind a creep wave so that they don't take tower aggro immediately. Certainly got punished for that in that denial. Now the crack back from KPG. They don't have a Nature's Prophet with them just yet, but he does have teleport up, level 4 Nature's Call. So at any moment he could join this fight, and KPG looking for a wraparound. Is there a split from the Brewmaster? There is. Both supports, or both key supports, level 6, Earthshaker level 7. But fighting in this enclosed area, not really sure if KPG want to be doing that right now. I mean, Primal Split definitely going to be a large asset for them. But walking into a March of the Machines, the shit's risky, man. Billick going to run into everyone, though. So, yeah, picking up a free Shadow Shaman. Using the split for him, yeah, I don't know if that was worth it, because now they actually just can't fight. If Eu4ia are going to want a fight in the next 1 minute, this is going to be their time. Just right now, go. Doombringer, where is Doombringer? He's still up on top lane. Fissure going to hit Jet. Slow him down a little bit. But the tower going to start to take some poking damage. Creeps acting all stupid on this Fissure. And it looks like they know that the split's done, but they don't want to force this. They're going to play the slow defensive game. Shaker doesn't have his Blink Dagger, so diving in like that probably wouldn't have been the best idea. But now KOTD does have a Blink Dagger with Doom available. And, well, not a surprise either, revealing himself to the enemy. Zilla going to continue doing Tinker things while the rest of the team grouped up. Eu4ia kind of seem a little bit lost right now. Like, they know that they want to be pushing, but they're just not. Although running into Gorek would really help. Not going to happen either. Tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, still really, really healthy. Serpent Wards will be able to drop that tower pretty quickly, but KPG, I believe they could start fighting these pushes. I mean, running into March is always a little bit risky. And now with the Blink Doom, so, well, they're going to go into Roshan instead. Laying down the Stretcher Wards. They have almost complete True Sight coverage of this entire area. Serpent Wards doing a lot of damage, but with no one to really tank it, Vilik is getting beaten down real hard. If he gets bashed right here, he just might die. No, okay, he lives, and he's going to get out of there. But still, this Roshan is really rough enough. Here we go. Bring in the big guns. Doom is here, guys. Don't worry. Doom will help all these Roshan. And now KOTD taking a Sunstrike, but Roshan is dead. Hallelujah, it happened. Unless, oh, chant from Nature's Prophet, looking for that deny. Gyrocopter is, fortunately though, for Eu4ia, confident, so he doesn't give that Aegis up. 1,000 gold in his bank account. Has actually gone for a Bracer after the Ogre Club. It's like he doesn't really know if he wants to go for Drum or straight BKB. I mean, both would be good, but either one would be better than neither. Now with an Aegis up, they have the Serpent Wards up in 50 seconds. That'll be when Eu4ia probably strike towards the bottom lane. And by the time that's going to happen, Nature's Prophet can apply as much pressure as he can to the top side. He does have an Orchid, so Tinker got to be a little bit careful once that item does come up. Hell, everyone on Eu4ia has to be careful once that comes up. Being Orchided with the Sunstrike on top of a Sprout, yeah, that's not fun. I could think of a lot more things I'd rather be doing than that. Viper himself has boots to travel though. KPG almost all in on this split push plan. I mean, they know that fighting head-to-head is going to be a little bit difficult. If they split push and, you know, try to catch a Tinker out, like doing smokes right here is exactly what they want to do. This right here is prime space for a Tinker to teleport in. I mean, not when their mid lane is being pushed a little bit more aggressively, but this kind of area with no one on the map, or with some people on the map, that's when Tinker really wants to jump in. But Brewmaster and Fee, they're going to go for a nice stroll in the enemy jungle, find nothing but place a really aggressive Observer Ward, and spot the Tinker. Oh, they know that he's going to blink towards them? Scylla, he has no clue. He has no frickin' clue, but doesn't matter. Goddamn does not have a Blink Dagger. He's actually gone for Hanabitis really late. Sprout and Scylla shouldn't have seen that one coming. Oh, Scylla's going to live. Okay. In the meantime, bottom lane being pushed. RT's going to have no part in this defense with Doombringer plus Misko's Ring of Basilius active. Serpent Ward's down. Tower's going to be brought down real quickly. Going to give a little bit more gold to the Earthshaker who's been chilling for, you know, the better part of this game. He's almost at his Blink Dagger, 700 off that item. If he dies on this top lane fight, which looks like it might happen, well, he's going to be really sad, but it looks like they could just sack this tower anyway. And goddamn in the front lines with the Primal Split. This Brewmaster has really overcome the hurdle that a support Brewmaster will have, in that the laning stage, the early game, really sucks. He has a split though, and at this point a split is still going to be a really devastating skill. Of course you would like it to be level 2. Tinker is level 13, Invoker is level 13 as well, so if he was solo mid, then, well, he would certainly have that level 2 split. But having a split at all is definitely going to provide some value in and of itself. And Serpent Wards once again up in 50 seconds. So Eu4ia have gotten an objective at every single usage of that Serpent Ward. Roshan, tower, 2 towers and Roshan. And goddamn, spotting out Misko. This is his, like, 3rd invisibility rune. Goddamn, this guy. Getting invisibility runes. And now Scylla is in so much trouble. Clap Split, Viper Strike, and Sunstrike. Yeah, that'll do it. Misko's going to come in, lay some missiles on the lane. Not going to do that much in the end, though. Tinker going to get picked off for free. Split being used, you know, pretty liberally. Not really a huge deal, though. I mean, they could keep avoiding these fights with the fact that they have a Nature's Prophet on the field. Or they could just go for split, go for straight pushing. Gorek plus RT's, a lot of damage, and RT's actually going to go for clearing. That is a Maelstrom now being completed for this Viper. Usually not the kind of build that we see from Viper ever. I mean, Maelstrom's not terrible. You won't rely on your poison attack. You should rely it you'll rely on it a couple times for a slow. You know, just drop it on him once and then right click regularly, then cast it again. So it's going to be a single cast skill. Really wants that to get that lightning out. Thing is, Eu4ia, I don't really think KPG have to worry about clearing. They have Rubik, Fade Bolt, and Invoker to clear off creep waves, or at the very least, pull off aggro. Viper needs to be either tanky or doing a lot of damage, and, well, the damage from Maelstrom, not really that much, as goddamn gets picked off in the top lane. Doom was not used. That was just him without split. God damn it. God damn it, goddamn. Come on. Top lane push might happen, though. The Earthshaker and Gyrocopter both not near anything. What is the item of choice? It is going to be the BKB for a Gyrocopter. So I guess Casual Bracer. Not exactly what you want to be doing as a hard carry, picking up Casual Bracers. That's gold that you're not really going to get back. Unless you build it into a drum, which he probably won't at this stage. Blink Gate from KOTD. Gonna land the hoof stomp. No, that was actually just a slam. Jet is gonna get doomed down no matter what. Sela taking a lot of damage in the middle of this. KOTD pops off his BKB and attempts to run. It will be very close. 50 HP. Goddamn. Still getting chased. Missiles. KOTD can actually turn this one around. He stops moving, possibly just to bait the enemy. His 200 HP over Goddamn's now 150. And Goddamn is in a little bit of awkward position because here comes a Tinker. They're gonna want to go for Gorak first. Missile is gonna get both of them. Oh shit, it got both of them. That was some of the most those were some of the most baller missiles I've ever seen in my life. I mean, not because missiles takes a whole lot of skill or anything, but because I didn't expect it to also hit the Brewmaster. That was pretty kick-ass. Doom gets to walk out with his life BKB plus Tranquil armor, you know, minor bumps in survivability, keeping him alive for that fight. In the meantime, bottom lane, Misko, as well as Real Toxie, gonna lay the call down onto that teleportation, force the cancel from the Rubik, and then continue working out this tower. This tower is going to be sacked by the KPG side. Misko with that right click, finishing that tower. And now, Eu4ia, where KPG had a slight gold advantage due to their double Midas. It's going to start to turn the other way around. Because the Earthshaker should have his Blink Dagger, and he does. He'll pick that one up right away. Vilek doesn't have a Blink Dagger of his own, but they're going to look for RTs regardless. Might be a little bit risky, though. They do have a Tinker who could teleport in. RT is still very tanky with the mech and 4 in Corrosive Skin. So Toxie, what did he buy? Okay, well, he has his Blink Dagger regardless. I don't really know what happened to... He had, like, a lot more than Blink Dagger gold, but then he just didn't. So I don't know what happened. Maybe he got a set of wards or something. But either way, Blink Dagger now up on the Earthshaker. The only thing that Eu4ia need right now, you know, as far as key items go, is, you know, Vilek needs something. He's got Arcane Boots, which is fine, but Blink Dagger and Shadow Shaman and Eu4ia will be, you know, as much of an ideal situation as they could possibly ask for. Sela continuing to farm up, has enough mana, gold for a Sheepstick. Once he gets that, locking down the Viper, locking down the Invoker, or the Brewmaster before he gets a split off. I mean, hexing him once, maybe twice, before he gets a split, it's going to be a little bit hard to do, but certainly worth it. Oh, double smoke. Okay. Whoops, someone accidentally the smoke, but regardless, they're going to go in and find Jet. He has a Blink Dagger, so if he's quick with his fingers, he could get this kill, or he could escape this kill. But Blink forward from KOTD. They know now where the Invoker is, unless someone's invisible. They're going to run into Jet, hex him, and doom him. Jet is so very screwed. I mean, like, you could try to fight your way out. Booster Travel coming in, it's going to be Viper. Doom killed off the Invoker. Invoker killed off Shadow Shaman with just the Force Spirits. KOTD going to take the Viper Strike, pop the BKB, and attempt to save from himself a lot of that magic damage. RT is going to work him over as much as he can. Here comes Gorak, but a beautiful fissure. Going to hold him out a little bit longer. Here comes Sela. KOTD going to drop very low, but will survive the durability. Orchid will pop him in the end, though. Misko going to try to 1v2 with the BKB up on his own. Going to run away with 50 HP. Gorak, no teleportation up just yet. And the Gyrocopter looks like he will survive. Goddamn has a Blink Dagger, though. Looking for a Blink Slam, perhaps. Blink Split. He really wants this. He's going to get fissured and hexed and punished. Greed. So much greed from Goddamn. Goddamn that greed. Gyrocopter gets to get away. KPG lose 2, which should have only been 1. The Invoker. But Viper really showing how much damage he could put out. not much actually, versus the Doombringer. Once the BKB is up, that chain lightning does nothing, the poison attack does nothing, the Viper Strike still slows, but it doesn't do any damage. So it's all in on this Nether Toxin plus the Maelstrom, which isn't really... Whoa, okay. That happened. Jet now going to jump right in. Sunstrike will get dodged as Earthshaker blinks away. But here comes the Viper. And Toxie doesn't have enough mana. If I was Toxie, I would pray. That would be the correct play right there. To just, you know, accept your loss. And pray that the respawn gods are kind and mess up and give you a shorter respawn. But that never happens, so I can understand why he doesn't do that. Jet and Gorak now, grouped up on the bottom lane. Gotta watch out for this incoming missile barrage and March. And pushing, as I said before, is gonna be a little bit difficult. Now Gyrocopter, wow, picked up a Demon Edge. This guy's been farming. This boy has been at work in the lanes. We'll clear off this ancient stack really easily. Now this Gyrocopter, at a certain point, there will be no answer for him. I mean, they will have, I think, a sheep stick. They'll have no, they don't have a sheep stick anywhere near completion. Invoker should be going for that right now. So sheep stick gonna be their only answer if they could get him before the BKB gets popped. But the damage that Gyrocopter is gonna be putting out is not gonna be matched by the KPG side. As the game progresses, their window of opportunity is gonna slowly shut. I mean, as good as Nature's Prophet, Invoker, and Viper are good in the late game, Gyrocopter Tinker is just a little bit better, especially with Doom behind them, being able to shut down, you know, the Tinker or the Invoker. Doom on either one of those targets will just be back-breaking for the KPG side. Smoke now from the KPG team. They're going to run into Doom perhaps, but you know, Blink Dagger on the Doom. It's going to be really hard to catch him. He's Blink BKB. So just Eu4ia. Do they have level 2 wards? Not just yet. The Shadow Shaman looks like he's going to be going not for a Blink Dagger. Can instead rely on his teammates to jump in, and he'll follow up secondary. But top lane Sela is dead. Got caught out with, I guess, just a blink slam into a teleportation. My apologies, guys. I saw him teleport up to that top lane, saw no heroes around there. I just assumed that he was going to live. Apparently I was mistaken. And now Fee is spotted out, and Courier, blink forward from Gorak. Okay, killing off Courier, had nothing on it, but regardless, now Visor going to put the rest of his team in a really awkward position. Jet is doomed and probably will go down, but Shadow Shaman will go down in exchange. The Serpent Ward's going to get a trap perfectly onto Miko. Here comes Real Toxie with a 3-man Echo Slam, with a 3-man Visor on top of that. Huge plays from this Earthshaker. He's going to clean up literally no, not literally everyone, mostly everyone. He's going to try to get away from this Brewmaster. The Storm Spirit will kill off the Doom, and the Earth Spirit will almost kill off the Shaker. Will kill off the Shaker. Misko, though, should be able to chase this one down. There's a Blink Dagger up on the Brewmaster, and he will be able to blink himself clear, unless he doesn't. Yes, he does. And it's a 4 for 4 in the end. God damn, with a level 2 split, really making up the difference from the Earthshaker, who got, you know, as much of an ideal fight as you could possibly ask in that position. 3-man Echo Slam, 3-man Fissure, doing a ton of damage to everyone. Unfortunately, they started off that fight just a little bit too poorly. That Fissure, I don't really know where it was casted from, but it ended up hurting Eu4ia more than it ended up helping. I mean, they got Jet with the Doom, but yeah, I think that just their first initial Fissure a little bit too detrimental. Despite the fact they had a ward trap and a huge fight from the Earthshaker, just wasn't enough. Sela picked off before that, also not exactly helpful. And he's got to continue to be careful. Blink Dagger can only keep you so safe when there's a Nature's Prophet on the board. And now Villic. If he gets tagged with this Viper Strike, he's not gonna. he is merciful. He's a merciful Viper. Could have gotten that kill, or at least forced out a TP, which wasn't there. So he would have gotten the kill in an effort to try to force out a TP. Win's a win, but now big items being picked up on both sides. MKB gonna help the Gyrocopter deal that damage. Whereas Invoker, hopefully going to try to shut down the Gyrocopter with that Hex, pick him off real quick, or Sela. By the way, Roshan is going to be the next objective. Completely spotted out by the Nature's Prophet. Serpent Wards do get dropped, and KPG, they probably can afford to fight this. The question is, do they want to risk it? Because fighting into a Call Down, into a Tinker, into another Echo Slam, going to be a little bit risky. They're closing in. Gorak going to send his army in first. Has a Wrath of Nature available. And goddamn, Gonna get hexed right off the bat. Has a split. And Roshan slowly starting to drop, but the Deafening Blast Meteor from outside kills off the Gyrocopter. KOTD gonna jump in on the Evoker, but it's a little bit too late. The Gyrocopter's already down. Villic gonna get lifted up into the air and will get focused. Scylla will take out the Roshan in the end. Aegis on the ground. Villic will secure it right before he dies. So Eu4ia get everything from that Roshan. Now Brewmaster gonna try to clear out the rest of those wards. Tinker still on the high ground, has a perfect position. Gonna get hexed onto Goddamn. Another two-man fissure into a chain stun onto RT's. Echo Slam gonna kill off the Viper. Now Blink down from Scylla. Gonna get a laser onto Goddamn. Hex, a little bit too late to save his Shadow Shaman, but they will be able to secure the kill on the Brewmaster in the end. Rubik gets out. The Nature's Prophet gets out. But Shadow Shaman, in the right place at the right time, buys himself a little bit more time with that Aegis pickup. The Tinker in perfect position in that fight. And really, you can't ask for more than that. Toxie delivering yet again with his Earthshaker. Looks like he's now going to go for a BKB. Yes, BKB is going to be the pickup for this guy. And 15-20, still a fairly even game. Only 1,000 gold, 2,000 experience lead for Eu4ia. KPG, though, as I said before, they are on a clock. They're not going to be able to take out this Gyrocopter really quickly every time. Well, this Gyrocopter is going to be doing some pretty heavy damage moving forward with the MKB that he does have up. Unfortunately for KPG, they caught him at a perfect opportunity where he had this lizard, man. This lizard. What an ass. But they caught him at a time where he had no HP and definitely didn't expect to get Deafening Blasted Meteored from outside the pit. So they nailed the Gyrocopter to the wall first thing. Didn't get anything out, Misco. Literally did nothing that fight. But still, Eu4ia are powerful enough to take it very comfortably. With bigger items now being picked up. And still has a Ghost Scepter in his inventory. And you know what that means. Pew pew pew. Or even more pew pew than Tinkers usually have. E-Blade Dagon might be the build-up. Don't really know why he would go for anything else. Aghanim Scepter still being worked on by the Shadow Shaman. Tier 2 tower is still up for KPG. Kind of surprising considering how easily Eu4ia could just walk in and take those towers. But again, they have to respect this Invoker. He's been taking the Doom for the past 4 or 5 Dooms at the very least. Not respecting the Nature's Prophet or the Split, which is now level 3, almost Aghanimed up. Once he has that, Brewmaster is no longer a support hero. He's gotten over the hump of supports, which is level disadvantage. He can really put some pain on the enemies, and he has been doing it really well. I don't really know why Eu4ia are all in this bottom lane. I guess they could try to force high ground with level 2 wards, but I don't know why you would try to force high ground when you could easily take a tier 2. Unless they are just not going to be defended. Boots travels up 2 sets plus a regular teleportation plus TB scrolls. Yeah, they're going to go for it. Okay. Watch out high ground because here we come. Serpent wards are dropped. Goddamn. Can easily get initiated upon, but he will get split off regardless. Rubik does die first and foremost. The Brewmaster doing a lot of damage. Scylla going to get hit really hard by the Wrath of Nature. Will continue to Ghost Scepter his way on out of there. KOTD on the front lines will get sprouted in and orchided and Viper struck. And he's just going to teleport out Jet with the Hex though right in time. KOTD's going to get dropped. Tower though is going to be the trade. Doom for the tier 3 tower for the Rubik. I think that's going to be okay for the Eu4ia side as long as no one else dies. Real Toxie should just blink on out of there. Gotta book it unless Seal's right behind him at full HP. If they fight in the March, that could be a bad fight for KPG, but they're just going to keep on going for it. Teleportation forward from Gorak. Will get Sprout onto Real Toxie. Tornado to cancel the TP. And Toxie, a little bit slow on the escape, is going to be left for dead. The tower, though, did get taken down. I think at that point, once you lose the Earthshaker as well, the push doesn't become worth it anymore. They could have gone for a tier 2 and would have probably prompted no response from the KPG side. They probably didn't even have to use Serpent Wards for that. The tier 3 tower is great and everything, but you don't really want to give the KPG side any unnecessary kills when you don't really have to. Gyrocopter going to work his way towards Satanic, still doing a lot of damage in these fights. But really, it's mostly the Tinker and the Invoker that's making the difference for either side. Oh, that Tornado. Almost hit. Just short. Invoker's getting some pretty good levels up. Ogre Club is his inventory. Either BKB or Aghanims. Both good. I think probably BKB a little bit better. But Aghanim's definitely a lot more fun. So, do you want to win or do you want to have fun? Big questions being asked. 34 minutes into the game, both teams, I mean, aside from that play, I think now they're going to respect each other a little bit more, though Tinker with an E-Blade does change a couple things. This dude has a lot of int. Pretty freaking smart hero. Being able to E-Blade someone, even with no Dagon. You know, you can put someone in the grave really quickly, but it's instead going to be a smoke gank on the bottom lane. They're most likely going to jump in for a Doom on Jet, who is standing really close to a range creep. Don't misclick. But Jet is going to get blinked upon and doomed. And then probably will die. Fissure, jump in from Real Toxie. Echo Slam? No Echo Slam needed. Just no Doom needed. Actually, Doom is going the other way. So they get Jet for free. Jump in with a Fissure. Also a good way to initiate. Now they have Doom for this upcoming fight. Sela is going to make sure that there is no split push antics happening from this Nature's Prophet. These guys are getting blended in that March of the Machines. And now push down the bottom lane. It worked, kind of, the last time. All logic states it will work better this time with the Invoker down. Do you have buyback? He definitely does. So they at least want to force this buyback out. But, I mean, they still have Echo Slam, they still have Doom. Get a Doom on the bot back Invoker, and you could take him out and then fall back. Play it slow. Or you could just YOLO push. I like the idea of YOLO pushing. That sounds fun. Set up some March. Blend the creep wave. Yeah, what Radiant creep wave? Unfortunately for them, Nature's Prophet, being a Nature's Prophet, they're just going to go for it anyway. Siege Creep is there, disabling that backdoor protection. Missiles from below, and now split can happen on Sela. However, he was already taking down the Rubik. Gorak can pop to BKB. Sela going to try TP out of this. We'll get Tornado up into there. Call down. Not doing too much of anything, only hitting onto BKB target, but the Viper doomed up and will get brought down. Rax is focused by the Serpent Wars, will be brought down as well. Gorak and the rest of the Panda Spirits going to try to get out of that hole. Jet in the meantime getting worked over by KOTD. The Rock will be dropped on Misko. Will bring him down almost instantly. Goddamn, is now getting hexed up, shackled up, and fissured. Missiles to finish him off. Sunstrike will be launched and hit no one. The Raxes have been taken. KPG do not make a successful defense. They take out the Gyrocopter, but BKB is on everyone, making it so hard for them to fight. Brewmaster can't really do much of anything. Invoker can't do much of anything. They have to concede their Raxes despite their best abilities. They took down the Gyrocopter, not quite enough. And now Shadow Shaman only 200 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter, unless he has it right now. He does have it right now. So even stronger Serpent Wards. Which, by the way, this Aghanim Scepter upgrade is insane. Like, it doubles the damage of your Serpent Wards. Or, like, almost doubles. That's freaking absurd. What the hell? Get a Refresher Orb and you have, like, 4 sets of regular Serpent Wards. It's great. Gyrocopter up in 15 seconds. I think the next order of business. Take down these tier 2s. Probably top lane will be a little bit easier to push that top lane tower with bottom lane pushing in. Although, with Sela on the team, they could quite honestly just do both of them. Why get one tower when you can get all the towers? I don't really know what Villick's doing here. TP, Orchid will kill him off if anything else, yeah. Wards. Were the wards worth it? Well, they see this Observe Ward, and they'll see that it's going to time out, so they don't even get 50 gold. So that kind of sucks. But, you know, what are you going to do? The life of a Shadow Shaman is a tough one. 35 seconds, and, well, they'll be ready to push some towers by then. But KPG actually have a pretty good opportunity right now to make something happen. If they get another pick off, they could look to crack a lane. Take a tier 2. Try to kill the high ground. They don't really have enough pushing power, though. I mean, they need the Nature's Prophet here. They need the Tinker to be dead. Boots of Travel, though, onto the creep. They see KOTD and Misko. Are they going to jump them? I think they definitely have an opportunity to do so. Misko has a BKB, could just man fight, but gets hexed immediately. Sunstrike will land as well. Misko's going to drop before he gets anything off. KOTD gets a Doom off on Jet, and Sela's going to come in for the shotgun, kill the Invoker immediately. The split, though, going to happen, and Sela is going to be all alone. The Doombringer completely ignored, will get thrown up into the air, trying to teleport away. Sela will get brought down. Doombringer has not a chance in hell of escaping, but in the meantime, bottom lane still pushing in. KOTD still trying to get out of there. He has 2 boots, 1 for each foot, but now he's stuck in the corner. Fight your way out, KOTD. Be a man. Or just crumble in the corner. That's 3 down for KPG, getting a beautiful initiation off. And now they have an opportunity up on top lane. Don't really see opportunities like that every day. They're going to clear this wave as quickly as they could. Tinker down, though, has enough for 2 buybacks if he really wants to. You can't double buyback, guys. He has enough money, in theory, to buy back twice, is what I mean, of course. But they're not going to go for it. They're going to go for Roshan instead. I don't think they had enough time. Oh, but they're going to find Villic once again. Orchid. Not enough RTs with the boots travel. A little bit too slow. Villic's going to get chunked pretty hard. But they're not going to go for Roshan. Obviously, a lane of Raxes would have been a lot more preferable than just this Roshan. Since in a head-to-head fight with full 5v5, I don't think KPG are going to win. Hell, they couldn't break the high ground, but at the same time, I don't really know if they could kill Roshan either. They're doing some pretty good damage to him, but Eu4ia, they're starting to come up. Gorek's taking some hits from Roshan, not exactly what you want to have happen. They have mech available, but this is not the quickest Roshan in the world. Eu4ia have a good amount of time to come over here if they do smell this happening. But it looks like they're just going to concede this one. Roshan is dropping fast enough. And now Jet is in the area with his BKB available. Ogre Club will get dropped. And smoke. Well, I think the smoke happened. I don't think it was dispelled by hero range. I think the smoke happened before Roshan died. And then Jet and RTs had to kill off the Roshan. Because someone had to. So that smoke is a little bit awkward. Using it as a pure retreat smoke, a little bit more awkward. But that's fine, because they got the Roshan, and Eu4ia didn't have anything to say about it. Now, Misko does have a buyback, has a ton of money in the bank as well. Same exact situation for Sela. So Eu4ia, even though they took that pretty awkward fight in this area, they're still looking pretty good moving forward in this game. They already have a Rax up, keep in mind. And, well, that smoke pseudo-wasted by KPG. If they take a good fight, catch off Sela, that's the dream for them right now. KPG, if they do that, they force a buyback. So, they have to do it twice. You know, good luck. It's pretty difficult. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. Getting to the enemy with a Deafening Blast, almost maxed out Deafening Blast. Take a quick look at the numbers on that one. The disarm duration is going to get a little bit stronger. By only 0.5 seconds, but yeah, the disarm moving forward is going to be a large part of the Invoker's arsenal. But yeah, Deafening Blast Meteor, going to definitely be doing the heavy hitting. But they see the fact that top lane is going to just be straight pushed by Eu4ia. They're going to take this as a sign to go ahead and make a trade. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. Tinker is off doing other things. He could take a tower for free. They can take it pretty quickly as well. These, again, Forge Spirits and Treants can demolish a tower, plus a double damage room for RTs. This might have to be Eu4ia falling back. I mean, Sela's here with the missiles and the March of the Machines. There is a mech and a pipe, though. Tower's going to start to take some damage. Fortification will be popped off. Tinker doesn't want to get too close at the risk of being force-stabbed hexed by the Invoker. Top lane is being pushed. Mid lane being pushed at the same exact time. And it looks like everyone is going to awkwardly scramble. No, it's going to be Fee solo Miko, who's going to be the only one to die. He almost got out. It was close. But close but no cigar. Misko gonna get sprouted out. Has a BKB. Orchided up with the right click damage. He's dead. Rock being dropped a little bit unnecessarily, but hey, Sunstrike, Orchid, Viper Strike. They got him. 1-for-1 trade, and KPG finding just the better fights in these engagements. Unfortunately for them, bottom lane's always gonna be pushed in. But if they get another one, oh, they're gonna get another one. Villic silenced up. He's gonna try to TP out, but yeah, nothing to actually disable him. Hex not available up on Nature's Prophet. So Villic gets to live. How often do you see that? Shadow Shaman getting to live. What a lucky guy. It's a tier 2 tower for a tier 2 tower, a gyro for Rubik. No matter how you slice it, KPG come out ahead in that engagement. They're sitting on a pretty good golden experience advantage, though their hero comp going to start to really hurt them. Eu4ia, they're not out of the woods yet. Gyrocopter getting picked off so quickly in all these fights really needs something that gives them plus HP. I guess the item of choice would be Satanic in that regard, because he's getting focused down really hard by this Invoker. And by that I mean within a hex duration, he is dead. But BKB, as good as it may be on paper, I mean, if you can't get it off, well then it doesn't really do much for you. He needs that Satanic, he also needs a safer buyback. I think he could 12, 30, he can't buy back with a Reaver purchase. So if he goes ahead and buys the Reaver, which it looks like he will do, then, well, he won't have... Oh, no, it's going to be more damage. Okay. Screw survivability. I don't need to survive if the enemies are dead, right? Here comes Misko from behind, going to unleash his wrath onto Fisolomik and Jet as well. No Doom, no, not necessary. Split has happened, but Gorak and RT is just going to go toe-to-toe with Misko, who will go down. No amount of lifesteal will save you there. RT is doomed up, but he's getting worked down, KOTD. He's going to get Cold Snap, instantly popping off the BKB. Now Gorak going to get chain down by the Real Toxic, plus the Hoof Stomp from KOTD. He will go down. Deafening Blast hitting onto 2 a little bit too late, however. Real Toxic going to try TP away. The Wrath of Nature will secure the kill, bought back from Nature's Prophet. Now we'll find KOTD as well. Tornado plus Sprout will catch this Doom off. Sela will secure another kill in the background. KOTD, though, is not going to escape this one. I don't believe he has a prayer. He might. Run for the hills. No. Blink. Oh, god damn. Got in there with a slam. And now buybacks need to be forced. Buyback is available on Gyrocopter. Doom should have one as well. He does. RT's, though, going to get shotgunned down. Sela going to do a truckload of damage to that Viper. Unfortunately, can't actually rearm and jump right in unless he has like picture frame perfect timing. But now Sela gonna get once again Hex. Is Gorak gonna go in all by himself? Goddamn is here as well, as is Jet. Villic gonna shut down Jet almost completely though. Sela gonna get locked down. Viper going to go to town. He will kill him off at the trade of Gorak. Yes, it will be a 1-for-1 trade. Instantly the Tinker buys back in. Jet is in a very awkward position. He could Ghost Walk out of here. It looks like he will do just that. There is no True Sight. Fissure gonna miss. And the Invoker is out of there. Awfully aggressive play coming out from KPG. But hey, they get what they came for. And this game suddenly got a lot more interesting. Jet with the Perseverance. Let's see what Perseverance builds into. Battle Fury? I don't think so. Lincoln Sphere wouldn't be terrible. But I'm thinking it's going to be a Refresher Orb, guys. And I don't know about you guys, but the Deafening Blast Meteor combination has been devastating enough. When you get 2 of them, oh man. Buckle your seatbelts because things are about to get wild. Looks like Eu4ia are about tired of waiting. They're going to group up as 5. Straight push down this lane. They'll take down this tier 2 almost without it. There shouldn't be resistance here. So it should be a free tier 2 at the very least. Though Sela is spotted by goddamn? No, he's not. Okay, so free tier 2 tower. Yay. Money for everyone. Instantly smoking. Well, that smoke isn't going to last long. I don't really know why that happened, but it did. They're going to catch Goddamn. Yes, Fissure. Is there enough time for Hex? Yes, there is. Goddamn is going to get dropped. No split. Does he have buyback? He doesn't have buyback. There's a huge opportunity for Eu4ia. BKB gets popped out by KOTD. Call down is there. Will hit absolutely nothing but the Raxes. But they're fortified. They're fine. Well, now everything's fortified. Tower will get brought down regardless, however. With Brewmaster down and not buying back, there's a blink forward onto Fee. He's going to get dropped really quickly with the right-click damage from Misko, but the Blast Meteor once again coming through, saving Fee for just a little bit longer. Jet once again getting doomed, and he's going to be forced to fall back in this fight. The Rubik does get dropped. RT's going to go to town on KOTT, but there's so much armor on this Doom. Here comes Real Toxic for a 2-man Echo Slam. KOTT going to cancel his TP. He wants Jet killed. He won't be able to do it. The Gyrocopter will fall to RT's, taking up absolutely everything, almost as a hard tornado from the Invoker, going to lend a little bit of aid. Here comes Gorak from behind, going to get a Hex onto the Doom, not the easiest target to kill. Toxie will get brought down by his teammates, and Sela back in this fight will get the Ghost Scepter instantly BKB'd out by Gorak. He's going to try to summon some Treants, will fail in doing so. The Tinker will blink out, as will the Doom run out. RT is still looking for an opportunity. Sunstrike will miss. The damage has been done. 1 melee Rax down for the count. And Eu4ia, it was sketchy, it was real close, but they do manage to secure an objective. That took a buyback from the Tinker, however. Was that a buyback from the Tinker? Honestly, I have no idea if that was a buyback for a Tinker, I don't remember. But he doesn't have a buyback, so that was was that 2 minutes ago? Was that fight really 2 minutes? I don't know. I don't think Tinker bought back, he probably just TP'd back. But it's a Dagon 5 for the Tinker, Dagon 4. You only had Dagon 2, really? Okay, it's Dagon 4 for the Tinker. E-Blade, this Tinker is just about 6-slotted. Has another item to get rid of in that Soul Ring. Or you might just keep it around for more mana. Smoke up now from the KPG side. Will not find anyone. Goddamn's on cleanup duty up down in the bottom lane. Or will they find anyone? RT is doing some decent damage in the fact that he's just not dying. But his raw right click isn't that powerful. Oh, they see Sela. This is a huge opportunity. Oh no, the Blink Dagger out. Tornado is going to miss as well. He's going to be able to rearm, get out. Now here comes Misko. Blink forward from Villic. We'll get the wards onto Artees. Can they focus down this Viper? You bet they can, but the Meteor are going to do a lot of damage in retaliation. They will bring down both the Invoker as well as the Viper, and Gorek also in a world of trouble right now. Doesn't have a TP, doesn't have a prayer. Gonna get Hex, gonna get Shotgun down. Pew pew, we go with the lasers. He's gonna drop. That's 4 down actually, as Rubik also dies, and Gorek is gonna call GG off of that. He doesn't have buyback. I guess he figures he just can't defend it. Anyway, guys, 15 minutes and this game ends. Same password, okay. And that is going to be it for game number 1. It was a real squeaker. But in the end, we get to move to game number 2. This is a best of 2 Eu4ia. You managed to barely take it. Thanks for watching, guys. GG.